Hi and welcome to Last Watch. It's been a few weeks since my last video. This is mainly down to two factors. First of all, I took some time off work, a couple of weeks holiday. I did this in order to carry out some DIY projects around the home, also in the garden, namely to put an extension onto my patio, do a lot of digging, put in a lot of plants. And secondly, I seem to have hit a bit of a brick wall with my watch collecting. I've very quickly over the last few months established a firm collection of watches that appealed to me, that were really obvious choices. But now I'm getting to the stage whereby my watch selections aren't quite as obvious or as clear. There are a heck of a lot of watches out there that I find attractive, that I would love to own, but there are just too many of them. And obviously, I have a modest lifestyle. My budget, the whole intention of the YouTube channel that I set up was to buy easily obtainable watches at a moderate price, decent quality, at an affordable entry position. But as ever, I think like most watch collectors, as you progress through horology, it's inevitable that you start to look at more and more slightly less affordable watches. Up until now, all my watches have been well under the £500 bracket, and I thought, that might be the case for some time to come. But I'm already looking at the next tier beyond that. A lot of the watches I'm looking at now are well in excess of £500, some of them £1,000, and some going into several £1,000s. By chance, I just happened to be working last weekend in Aberdeen. I had an afternoon off. I popped into a watch shop and spent 45 minutes trying on several watches, which up until that point I'd only ever seen in pictures, and it made me realise that I'm going to start having to save up considerably in order to afford some of the watches that I would love to own. That being the case, spending a couple of weeks in the garden was actually a bit of fresh air. It meant that I could sit back and give a bit more thought to where my watch direction, my watch collection should be going. The whole point about watch collecting is that it should be an enjoyable thing, and the fact that I'm starting to fret about which watches I should and should not obtain, second guessing, what I should purchase, I thought, let's bring the fun back into it. That being the case, leads us on to today's box, or should I say unboxing. I thought, let's put a bit of fun back into my collection. Let's not be so serious. Basically, found a watch online. I did some looking into it, did some research into it, and I bought this watch. I managed to find it on Amazon of all places, and it is extremely affordable. But when I unbox it, you'll probably see why I selected it. Hopefully it should all be obvious, but if not, then at some point I will state the obvious. So let's get into the unboxing. So as you can see, it's a very small box, very modest, and the reference for it is actually on there, but we'll crack into it. Okay, there we have, this is a Timex, quite this compact small cardboard box. If we open it up, we have a watch on a bracelet on a very nice cushion. Before I unveil the watch, as it were, I'll just put that to one side. We'll see what else is in the box. I should add that this is a very quick unboxing today, and I'll wear the watch in question over the next week or so and do a proper review. So we have an international guarantee from Timex. Again, it does have the reference of the watch, which I'm about to show you, which is the Timex TW2P75100. That basically stipulates that this watch is on a bracelet, which you might have glimpsed when I opened it up. Although this watch does come with another reference with a leather strap. Putting that to one side, what else do we have? Very quickly, we have an instruction manual, a user manual, very, very basic. We shan't really go into that. So getting these out the way, coming back to the watch, comes on a very nice cushion. Very nice cushion, very comfortable actually. I may use that at some point. And this is the watch. Now, as you can see, it is pretty much a Rolex Homage, and this is what caught my attention. But this watch, even on the bracelet, and again I will unwrap all this for the review at some point and also give you a few wrist watch shots. I won't do that today because I have the glycine on. It's not had some wrist time for a week or so, so I'm treating it. But getting back to this watch, yes, it is very much a Rolex Explorer homage, but this watch came in at a mere £53. So as I say, I thought I'd have a bit of fun. I wasn't expecting top-notch quality with this watch. It is just me trying to get a bit of levity back into my collection, choosing something for a bit of fun, something that I don't mind playing around with for the value of this watch. And I have to admit, at £53, I'm pretty impressed. I don't know how the bracelet will fare. I don't know what the quality of the case will be. It is a quartz watch, so the timekeeping should be top notch. But again, I just thought that rather than worry too much about spending an absolute fortune on my next watch, that I'd just throw some money out there, buy something very affordable, and have a bit of fun with it. I was also looking at a Vostok watch around about the same value, and again, that is something that I might choose to buy just to try and take away the stress of watch buying. I have to admit that there are several watches I am looking at the moment, but they are well out of what I would consider an affordable budget and not something I'm likely to buy before my daughter's wedding in July. However, once I get that out the way, they might be something I look into. As I mentioned, I went into a watch shop last week with the intention of looking at the Longines Legend Diver. I tried that watch on. It is an absolutely gorgeous watch. It was on a millionaire strap. I decided very quickly that I hate it on the millionaire strap. I would obviously, if I was looking at that watch, I would look to purchase it on something completely different. But by pure chance, the very nice gentleman in the store let me try on several other watches, and one that really caught my eye was the Omega Railmaster, which is a considerable cost of about £3,500, and that is probably my new grail. That is something that I may not purchase anytime soon, but at some point in the future, maybe a year from now, maybe longer, or depending on how things go after my daughter's wedding, I could very well buy it in August. But as I say, I just wanted to get back on track, buy something a bit more fun, treat myself to another watch. I do like watches on a bracelet. Again, I'm not sure how this bracelet will fare up, but I will check this watch out, give it a bit of wrist time, and give you the full review in a week or two. I've got another block of shifts coming up, so it will probably be closer to 2 weeks before I review this watch. I may very well have another unboxing before I do the review of this. But as I say, I just wanted to keep in touch with you guys. Feel free to let me know your thoughts on how your collections are coming along. Obviously, I'm guessing that, like most people, everybody must hit a wall with their collection where they think, where do I go from here? What do I buy? Rather than spending £300-400 on that watch, should I wait another month and maybe buy a watch at £500 or £600, or do I wait a few more months and maybe consider buying a watch at £1,000? Please feel free to let me know how you guys got on, and what decisions you came to, and or even whether you stopped. I mean, the fact is, I have some fairly decent, reasonable, affordable watches in my collection, And maybe the reason I'm struggling to buy the next one is because I'm where I should be. Maybe I shouldn't be looking to buy another watch. In any case, feel free to pass on your thoughts, your suggestions. Let me know how you got on. Carry on watching my videos. I'm loving the fact that I've now got close to 170 subscribers, which is considerable given that 2 videos back I had a dozen, and I've had a large amount of views on my watches, on my watch videos. So I really appreciate that from you guys. So carry on watching, keep an eye out for the review on this watch and other videos to come, and I'll speak to you guys soon.